Hey, it's Tom Watson. I'm back with Stick Dog. This is chapter 2. Okay, here we go. Let's get started. No messing around. Chapter 2. Poo Poo, Stripes, Karen, and Mutt. Stick Dog lives in the suburbs somewhere between big city and the forest. There are houses around, but there are also parks and playgrounds, swimming pools, streets, telephone poles, fire hydrants, and grassy lawns. He lives in a big empty pipe that runs under Highway 16. For as long as he can remember, this big pipe has been Stick Dog's home. And for as long as he can remember, he's always been alone. He's never lived with any other dogs. He's certainly never had a human family that he can remember. Here's a human family with a dog that's not Stick Dog. This does not make Stick Dog sad at all. Maybe if he once had a human family, or a brother or a sister, and then suddenly found himself alone, well, then maybe he would feel sad living by himself in a big pipe out in the suburbs. But he didn't, so he doesn't. It is, after all, hard to miss something you've never had. For instance, I don't miss waking up on the moon and going for a gravity-defying morning stroll. Here's an astronaut on the moon. Why? Because I've never done it. But I bet astronauts who have actually walked on the moon probably miss bouncing around from crater to crater all the time. See what I mean? Besides, Stick Dog isn't really alone. He has some very good friends. We'll meet them in a couple of minutes. There's no water in Stick Dog's pipe. It's nice and dry, and Stick Dog has decorated it with some of his favorite things. He sleeps on a comfy old couch cushion. He found it by a dumpster behind a furniture store and dragged it home at night when nobody was watching. Stick Dog finds a lot of things this way. I love that picture of him dragging the cushion. Stick Dog also has a big assortment of things to chew on, mostly tennis balls and frisbees that he's brought home from Picasso Park. All in all, his pipe is a pretty good place to live. He can hear crickets and toads at night. And when the sky is clear, Stick Dog leans his head out of the end of his pipe and stares at the stars and the moon. On nights like that, lying there on his cushion with a frisbee in his mouth, Stick Dog knows that he's got it pretty darn good. So Stick Dog has a nice place to live, and he's also got friends, good friends. And what's better than a good friend? Well, maybe a good friend who happens to have some doggy snackaroos in his pocket is a little better, but that's about it. When I introduce Stick Dog's 4 friends, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, hey, these 4 friends look remarkably similar to the 4 types of other dogs in the last chapter. You're absolutely right about that. But they're the only kinds of dogs I can draw. And please, remember our deal. Here are the pictures of his friends, Poo Poo and Karen. Mutt and Stripes. Stick Dog has 4 friends who stop by his empty pipe on a regular basis. There's a poodle named Poo Poo. Now, it's important to know that Poo Poo is not named after, going to the bathroom. He's named after his own name. Get it? Poodle. There's also a Dalmatian named Stripes. Stripes likes to be a little oddballish. She's covered in spots, but her name is Stripes. See what I mean? If she was, say, all black from nose to tail, then her name would probably be Snowball. Stripes is the kind of dog who would look at a gray, rainy day and say something like, let's go on a picnic, or what a great day for a bike ride. There she is at a picnic. There she is riding a bike. Of course, dogs don't typically ride bikes, but you get what I mean. Then there's a dachshund. Her name is Karen. This is kind of a human name, but it's her name and there's not much we can do about it. It's kind of like if your uncle was named Snoopy. You wouldn't call him Uncle Bob, you'd call him Uncle Snoopy. Of course, if your buddies were around and you didn't want them to know that your uncle's name was Snoopy, you might just call him Uncle Man or Unc Dude or Unca Munca Ding Dong or something. Anyway, this dachshund's name is Karen. There's also a dog named Mutt. He's a mutt. Enough said. End of chapter 2. Now, time for our drawing lesson. We'll start with just drawing each dog. So let's draw Stripes, the Dalmatian, this time. Here we go. She starts with a rectangle. Dalmatians almost always, not always, but almost always have black ears. So she gets a black ear just like Stick Dog. Another pair of pants turned sideways. And a nose. Same eye, big circle with a big dot in it, but Stripes is a girl, so she gets eyelashes. And Dalmatians have thick tails, so she doesn't get a squiggle like Stick Dog. She gets a banana. And the same hard to draw legs. Now, there she is, there are the legs. Now, if you looked at this drawing, next to Stick Dog, the one we did for chapter 1, you'd say, Tom, this is a ripoff. Because that's really just Stick Dog with eyelashes and a thick tail. But she's a Dalmatian. That's when she starts looking different. We give her spots. Big ones, medium ones, little ones, on her face, on her tail, everywhere. That's Stripes. S-T-R-I-P-E-S. Don't forget to sign it, because it'll be in a museum someday. All right, tune in for chapter 3. See you there.